How to become Superman? This is a question that I'm going to hopefully help you guys answer for yourselves. Now, before I start this commentary, I need to define what Superman is to all of us in this commentary. Now, Superman, if we all think about him, he's the guy with super strength. He can fly. He can fly really fast. He's got all these superpowers, right? And so what this Superman character is in relation to all of us is a human being who excels at more than one thing. Now, I bring this forth because I think that normal people in our society today are hesitant and fearful to pursue a multitude of things in their lives, whether it be because their lives are hectic or they're stressed out or maybe they're just afraid. But I think normal people are afraid to really pursue those things that they really have a desire to pursue in their lives. I think we see a lot of people that work careers day in, day out, and they do the same thing every single day. And I think it's easy for us to tell that they are not very happy. They're not doing the things that they want to do, and they're not being the person that they want to be, and they're not living the life that they really want to live. Yes, they may be financially stable, but that doesn't necessarily hide the fact that they have other desires. So what this commentary is about, hopefully I can make it short compared to my super long ones, is just really helping you guys gain an understanding of, I don't know if it's a concept, but just the the mindset that you shouldn't really hold yourself back. So what I'll do is give you guys an example from myself. As many of you know, I'm in college. And throughout college, I have, as the years progressed to get more and more difficult, I've slowly dropped off many things in my life that I used to really enjoy. And what I mean by dropped off is I don't really practice them anymore. I used to, for those of you that do know, I used to desert race dirt bikes, and I live in New Mexico, which is a gigantic desert. But I used to be in the expert class in my state, and I wasn't the best, but I'd like to say I was fairly good at it. And along with desert racing, I also used to work out in the gym, and I used to be much more serious about my health than I am right now. And I'm a person who physical health, nutrition is very important to. And the fact that I've let the physical part kind of drop off, as you guys know, I also used to run cross country all 4 years in high school, varsity. Yes, I will take credit for varsity. It was very difficult. But I used to be very physically fit, and those are some things that I've kind of lost sight in my life. And my girlfriend, if she were here today, would tell you guys that I've become an individual where I talk about all these things that I want to do. I talk about, and you guys can even, if you go back and search through my videos, you can find tons of videos where I talk about how you should, I'm going to get back in the gym, I'm going to start riding again, and basically that's all I really do. I'm all talk. And I think that a lot of us get into this phase of all talk, no game. And as I said, if my girlfriend were here, she would tell you guys how many times I have spoken about getting back in the gym, how many times I've spoken about getting back out there in the desert and riding, how many times I've spoken about actually helping my channel get off the ground and posting more than a video or two a week. She can tell you guys that I've talked about all this a lot. And that's great that I talk about it a lot, right? It's important to have goals that that you make evident verbally and you know, mentally and all that. But what is really important is taking those goals and those desires and manifesting them into a reality, living them out, not just thinking about them, but actually doing them. So I wanted to talk about Superman because Superman does all these things that make him super. He's good at all of them because he's Superman, right? So how can we all be Superman? How can we all do these things that we want to do? You know, I'm all talk. I want to go back to the gym. I want to ride, and I want to do well in school. But you don't really see me doing any, you know, you don't see me doing two of those three things. Yeah, I'm doing well in school, but I'm not riding and I'm not going to the gym. And those are two things that I really want to do. So what's holding me back? And hopefully me bringing this forth to you guys will help you guys uncover what's holding you back if you're in a similar situation. Now, I really think that one of the things that's holding me back as a person is I've got this fear of commitment. And I really sit there and I'm afraid of I know that once I start going to the gym and once I start riding, that's a fair amount of time that I'm going to have to commit to those two sports in order to actually do well at them and do as well as I really want to do. So I sit here with this fear of commitment, this fear of I know I'm going to have to put all this time aside, so I better wait till next weekend until I get more caught up in school. And then that turns into I better wait until next weekend just so I'm a little farther ahead of school. And of course, that turns into the next week, which turns into the next week. And that fear of commitment, which really in reality is nothing less than, I guess what I mean is the way I can overcome that and the way I'm going to overcome that is just basically deal with my time better. And many of you guys know that I think a lot of us are really bad at wasting time. We spend a lot of time thinking about things instead of doing. You know, it's easy to think, it's easy to imagine, but unless you actually take action, we're just wasting time. So what you guys should do, if you have a goal, if you have something that you want to do, instead of thinking, do. Take action, because if you never take action and if you never really step out of your comfort zone and give it a try, how will you ever know if you can do it or how well you will do at it? So, what I'm bringing forth to you guys today is just the mindset that if you want to do something bad enough, get up and do it. Stop sitting there and thinking about it so much. Stop sitting there and worrying about it so much. Sit there and ask yourself, do I want this bad enough that I'm actually going to do it? Because I'll tell you guys right now that the people out there today that know what they want and do what they need to do to get that are going to live much more self-fulfilling lives than those of us that are afraid to actually go after these things that we want. I'll give you guys one more easy, simple example from my life, and I think a lot of our lives. I remember I would be a person when I had an essay to write where I knew this was going to be a long essay. And this is, I don't know how long ago, maybe 2-3 years ago. This is just an instance I can remember. But I had an essay that I had to write, and all I could do and all I found myself doing was being afraid of the time that I knew that I had to put in to write that essay in order to get a good grade. So what did I do? I thought about it. I thought about it, but I didn't ever do it. And then it finally came to the point where the essay was due in 2 days, and I found myself going, oh my God, what have I been doing the last 2 weeks? Sitting and thinking. And I'll tell you guys, I had to work my ass off those last 2 days to turn that paper in and get a good grade. Now, can you imagine how much more different the situation would have been had I worked on that paper when I first got it? Had I actually stepped forward and said, all right, let's put the effort on that I need to put forth to get a badass grade on this paper and get an A like a boss. So I hope that last little story helps you guys realize that sometimes you just need to nudge yourself up there and say, come on, man, don't be scared. Let's freaking do this. You want this bad enough or what? So hopefully you guys were able to follow this commentary. It was a little wishy-washy, hopefully it wasn't too much around the corners. I kind of went with the flow. I was just feeling this topic. And as you guys know, I'm sure as you can tell from the commentary, it's time for me to get my shit together. So if you guys need to get your shit together, do it with me together. And I'll tell you guys, we can reach some awesome high points in our lives together. Why not do it as a team? But anyways, guys, I want to wish you guys a happy Halloween. Hope you all have a safe Wednesday. Don't eat too much candy, and of course, be safe. And guys, as always, I appreciate the time you spent on this video. And please, please, please continue staying fly and fresh. Guys, I will catch you later. Peace.